Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Monica. I like to post anti-MLM and some life content here on this channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a specific narrative that a lot of MLM reps like to give the general public, I guess you can say. And I was fed this narrative too. But before I do, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. This is going to be a little bit more of like a chit chat, so there's really not going to be any sources for this video. So it's just based on opinion. How many of you have gotten the narrative from MLM Huns that say your 9 to 5 is a pyramid scheme? Hi, I have. I honestly have no idea what MLM reps have against the typical 9 to 5 structure. If you've watched my channel for a while now, you know that I've worked in multiple different industries. I've worked in the food industry, retail, typical 9 to 5. We have our own business now. So I feel as though I have enough experience, and MLM, of course. I feel as though I have enough experience to be able to kind of talk about this and talk on this topic. Of course, not everyone is meant to work for a typical 9 to 5 office job, of course. And I do agree that it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes that. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to work an office job. Because I have a lot of experience, I'm going to be discussing the experience that I have had. Now, I'm not saying that everyone's 9 to 5 is like this, but I'm going to be talking from experience. I love that I don't have to work for corporate America anymore. It is great. It really is. But I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. An MLM is not your own business. It's not. You are nowhere near what an actual business owner is. You are essentially working for someone. You're working for a company. You are at best an independent contractor. So I know I say that in a lot of my videos, but I had to get it out there. So let's go over this whole your 9 to 5 is a pyramid scheme. Their argument is because the structure is in a triangle-like structure, which I will agree with them. It kind of is, because you have the CEO, then you have the president, the VP, manager, supervisors, and then your regular employees. So I get where they're coming from with that. However, there are a lot of flaws in their argument. Let me ask you something to any reps out there watching this. Does your MLM offer you stability? Does it offer you paid time off? Does it offer you maternity leave for my moms out there? Health benefits and a 401k, and even with some companies, a pension plan. Not all companies still offer pension plans. I will say that that is kind of like a diamond in the rough, but one of my jobs did offer a pension plan. However, the other jobs did also offer regular benefits. Now, going back to, the structure. That structure, that triangle-like structure that you're talking about, does actually work as a team. And here's why I say that, is because as an MLM rep, if you are, let's say that you're at the top and you have a massive downline, no matter how much money someone loses with the company, that upline, more times than not, is still making a profit off of that person, because they make a profit off of whatever they sell to their clients, or if they don't sell anything to their clients, they make money off of whatever that rep buys from the company, because you have to be an advertisement for the company. So some people argue, oh, well, my company doesn't make you have a personal volume or PV. But if you swear by these products and you only use these products, you have to buy these products from the company. So you're still spending money. And even though you're spending it for yourself because you trust these products, guess what? There are products out there that are less expensive and better than the products you're using. So it is essentially, even though they don't call it PV, it kind of is PV. That upline is still making money off of someone's failure. Whereas in the 9 to 5 pyramid scheme, as they like to call it, if someone messes up, everyone's affected. Let's say, for example, you're a salesperson with a typical corporate America job. If you lose a sale, let's say that you lose a giant client. If you lose that client, not only is your commission check going to be a lot lower, but you're going to get chewed out by your manager or your supervisor, because they're going to get chewed out by their manager. And the issue with losing a client or being a failure or failing, let's just say failing, because we're going to compare it to what the MLM reps do. If you fail, everyone fails because the company fails. They lose a client, they lose profit as a whole. So when someone messes up, everyone's affected. That's why everyone likes to work as a team, because the better that they are as a team, the better ideas that they all have collectively, the better they're gonna do. It's just common sense. Whereas in an MLM, reps come and go, especially the ones at the bottom. They come and go. For an upline, all the way at the top, if someone fails, okay, thank you, next. Because, okay, so yeah, it will reflect badly on them, and, you know, they're gonna lose some money, but someone's gonna recruit someone else into this structure of theirs. I really honestly don't know what the problem is that these MLM reps have with 9-to-5s. Some people are totally fine with having stability because, okay, so they'll argue that, well, you only get a certain percentage increase for your annual review. Let me tell you something, because I've been at a company where they gave me a BS salary increase, and guess what? I put in my resume and I looked for another job. If a job doesn't treat you right, guess what? Those 9-to-5 office workers that you don't like for whatever reason, they can go on to the next company. They can look for another job. Does it suck having to sit in that meeting and get some BS raise? Yeah, it sucks, but you pick up the pieces and you go to the next job. Whereas with these MLM reps, you have no stability. You don't know what you're gonna make that next month. Unless you're an upline and unless you have a massive downline, you know damn well that you're gonna be making a lot of money. But all of the people at the bottom, me being in an MLM, you might not make any money that month. Whereas let's compare an MLM rep to a sales rep, even though they're not the same, but there are similarities. Let's compare those two. For the companies that I've worked for, the salespeople had a designated salary. That designated salary was a decent salary. It was a comfortable salary. So if, let's say, they didn't make a sale and they didn't make a commission check, they still had enough money to put food on the table. They still had enough money to pay their bills. They still had enough money to put in their savings account. So, Lily, stay down there, please. And then the commission, the bonus check, is an added plus to their salary. Whereas with an MLM, you don't have a designated salary. You don't know what you're going to be making every month. You don't. You might not even make anything. Which brings me to the free cars and the free trips and the incentives. The companies that I worked for, anytime that there was an expo, a conference, a customer meeting, it was all expenses paid. And when I say all, I mean all. If I bought a water bottle at the airport, the company paid for it. Anything that we did on that trip was paid for. I mean, unless if you're buying souvenirs, because that's not something that the company should be paying for. If you're buying souvenirs, that's on you. That's not on the company. But it was all expenses paid. Whereas when I was in Beachbody, they talked about Summit. I saw how expensive those tickets were. And if you hit a certain rank, of course, you know, it gets better, but guess what? I would still have to pay for my plane. Moving on to the free car that these MLM reps talk about. When you work for a company, and if you are offered a company car, that company car is not in your name. It's not leased in your name. It's not on your credit. It is loaned to you from the company. Whereas with the MLM reps, they tell you about this free car, but that car is in your name. That lease is in your name. And if you don't hit rank that month, guess what, Karen? You have to pay that bill. You have to pay that car payment. You can't rely on the company to pay that for you. So it's not really a free car. It's all in your name. It's all under your credit. What happens if the company that you're working for goes under tomorrow or gets fined by the FTC and you can no longer work or have your massive downline? Who's going to pay for that car? Because now you're out of a job and you have a giant car payment, because a lot of these cars are luxury cars. So, it's MLM companies, they're not stable. And I don't see the issue with someone wanting to have stability in their life and in their job. Does it get boring and routine and mundane? Yeah, I'm sure it does. It did for me, but that's why I started things on the side. That's why I started my blog. That's why, I had other things going on outside of my job, my 9-to-5 job. But some people are totally fine with that. Some people can go through life and be totally okay with that. And there's no problem with that. Especially the one company I worked for had the best benefits package I've ever had in my life. They not only had the pension plan that I talked about, but the 401k was matched 100%. My health insurance was completely paid for. I didn't have to pay a dime into my health insurance. The only thing I had to do every year, I had to take a quiz and I had to get a physical. That's it. And the quiz, no matter what results you got on that quiz, it didn't matter. As long as you took it and as long as they had that record that they could check off that you did it and you got that physical, you got it for free. And guess what? That physical, you don't have to pay a copay for, because it is considered an annual checkup and a wellness checkup. And my benefits were amazing. They were amazing benefits. But I'm just gonna say that a 9-to-5 is not a pyramid scheme. It's not. Is there corruption out there? Yeah, of course. There's corruption in literally every single industry, and there's corruption everywhere. It's just some places it's a little louder than others. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, that does exist. I knew that I would forget something. Hi, editing Monica here. Also, just wanted to add that when you work a 9-to-5, that vacation time that you get, you can actually take a vacation. Whereas these MLM reps, they always talk about how you can work from anywhere. And we almost always see them working while they're on vacation when they should be enjoying their vacation. Let's look at the mom shaming a little bit, because they love to shame moms. They love to say, well, wouldn't you like to stay at home with your kids? Or they target stay-at-home moms. Don't you want to contribute to the family? How dare you? That mom is contributing just fine to the family, okay? She is contributing just fine. And that woman, that mom, who's working to be able to support her kid, whether it be on her own or if it's a dual income household, she's doing the best that she can, and she shouldn't have to be judged by someone for her choices. Some people have no choice and they have to go to work. There's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to be career driven. There's nothing wrong with that. And at the end of the day, it's not your life, it's their life. So on top of the whole mom shaming thing, let's talk about another thing, maternity leave. Just the other day, someone posted in my anti-MLM Facebook group about this upline was talking about someone that was on her team who was pregnant, and very pregnant because of how she was saying that this mom-to-be was in the nesting stage. So, of course, like, you're getting ready for your baby to get here. And she talked about how I'm so excited for her because she's going to be able to still continue working. while she's at home. Y'all know that 9-to-5s offer maternity leave, right? So you get to spend that precious time that you'll never get back with your newborn baby and with being a mother. You get to actually enjoy every minute of it. Even if there are ups and downs, of course, I know that there are, but you'll be able to experience that 100%. Whereas if you're in an MLM and you're working from home, let's say you're nursing your daughter, for example, you're going to be on your phone trying to check in with your team and making sure that you're making sales. Whereas if you're on maternity leave, if you want to go on your phone and scroll through Facebook or something, you can. If you want to spend that time and spend it with your baby and be so excited that you have this baby in your life, you can enjoy it 100%. So when I see stuff like that, it just frustrates me beyond belief, because moms should be able to enjoy that precious time that they will never get back. And these MLM Huns, they take that and they use it to their advantage. I can't believe I forgot this other thing too. Oh my gosh. Market saturation. MLM companies, they don't really believe in market saturation because every single rep is technically a customer as well. So whereas in like a normal 9-to-5 job, they don't hire more people than they actually need, because that means they have to pay them every single one of those people. So that's another thing that these MLM reps, they don't understand, because you can be a rep, your mom can be a rep, your dad can be a rep, anyone around you can be a rep, and that's fine. But a lot of MLM Huns, they actually don't even believe in market saturation, which it is a thing. Trust me, it is a thing. I know that this video is kind of like a ramble and kind of all over the place, and I know that I've probably missed certain points because I just wanted to talk to the camera about my opinion on the subject. A 9-to-5 is not a pyramid scheme. There is a lot that 9-to-5s offer that MLM companies do not. And you cannot sit there and say that you are a business owner or anything like that. Because just the other day, I watched a video by Kiki, and she had videos, she found videos or footage of what a Beachbody coach does in a day. Literally, these people, and these were higher up people in the company, literally did nothing. Their clients, their challenge groups, and their team was an afterthought at the end of the day. They spent their day just going on a call and going shopping and working out. I'm not jealous of these people because I would get bored, but even though I would love to have a little time to myself, that just goes to show you that these uplines, these people that are making 6 figures, are making it off the backs of other people. It's off of their recruits. If it's off of the hard work of their recruits. Of course, yeah, they probably struggled to get to the top, and they probably did work really hard to get to the top. But I think that if you are that high up, you should be doing a lot more. It really goes to show that these people are making their income that they claim as financial freedom because of their downline. And it's just, I don't know. That wouldn't sit well with me, but of course that's just me. And maybe the videos that Kiki showed, maybe those videos weren't an accurate depiction of what a coach does in a day. I mean, maybe what was shown in those videos by those coaches, maybe they didn't show what half of their day was like. I mean, it's a possibility that they didn't include everything because, you know, sometimes it can be boring to be in the life of someone. It can be. Like, I live a very boring life. I really do. There's really not much excitement that goes on in my life. I guess with all of that being said, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I would be curious to hear what you guys have to say and how you've been pitched by these MLM Huns and what you think about this particular topic. I'm sure that I have left quite a number of things out, but of course, if I do, I'll pin a comment if I can remember anything after I make this video. But with all that being said, if you have watched up to here, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, support me on Patreon, check out my merch, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye.